Hello and welcome to our second Saturday special here with Rock Tie. I'm your host, Michelle.
Amanda.
Sarah.
And for today's Saturday special, we're going to be talking about one of Jeff's first shows, Ingredients.
So in Ingredients, there are two roommates, Tops, who is going to cooking school, and Win, who is in school for music, and they become roommates. And there are very short mini episodes that were filmed during the time of COVID and were sponsored by a grocery store where the two of them sort of navigate the changes in their relationship through the time that they are living together. So here are our thoughts on the show.
And they were roommates.
I was thinking that they were roommates.
Roommates. What is that meme that's like, in 100 years, anthropologists will discover these roommates or something like that?
It was a journey. It was something. I actually really enjoyed it. I can't wait to talk about it.
It was a journey. It had some really cute parts. It had some it was a product of its time. You could tell what they were selling you.
Yes. I feel like anybody who watches this, like if it sticks around and it's available in 10, 15 years, people aren't going to understand because they're not going to remember what COVID was like.
I was like, wow. I mean, obviously they're selling you the food from that Tops place, Tops Marketplace, which I thought was a little weird that one of the main characters' name was Tops, and it was like a Tops sponsorship. And I was like, they're like, how many times can we get you to say our name? But then I feel like it was also like a public health service thing because they wash their hands like every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Remember to use the alcohol sanitizer when coming into the house and things like that. Yeah.
I just washed my hands. Wash them again.
Wash them well. Here's how you wash them. Yeah.
Very COVID-19.
Yeah, very COVID-19.
I mean, considering the restrictions of it is there as like a promotional thing for the grocery store, but also like a PSA about COVID cleanliness. Like within those restrictions and those like weird features of the show, they were able to do something really interesting.
Yeah, although the restrictions part threw me off because it's like they would wear a mask outside and wash their hands, but then their friends were still coming over. Or like he still had, I was assuming, I was like, oh, all his concerts are getting canceled because COVID-19 restrictions. But then he performed at a party thing. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and when I looked it up, it looked like the show was on for a really long time. So I think like it would be interesting to go back from episode to episode and see how things change over time because it's like, gosh, there are 21 episodes. It was like
That's episode 0, so technically like 22.
Yeah, I mean, and it was spread out. So like by the time final episodes were airing, we pretty much here in America had lifted all restrictions. Like some people were trying to just pretend like nothing had happened and be completely back to normal.
Yeah. I also feel like it was a Jeff promotional thing too.
Yeah, with his music.
Mm-hmm.
There was some really good music in that.
I never thought I'd see Jeff singing Baby Shark.
That had to be my favorite episode.
He was so cute with those kids. Or the kid. He was so cute with that kid. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, there were a lot of moments though where like it'd be interesting to find out what the director had said and what guidance was given because it almost felt like there were parts where the scene was set up so that they could take like pictures. Like here's a like cute family image of two men and a baby. Like it did feel a little bit like posing within the acting in some ways, if that makes sense.
Did anybody notice in the like first episode, Jeff's character when he gets like a notification from Jeff Satur? And I was like, what? it was like when they were like canceling all the things, and it was a Jeff Satur, and I'm like, are they making him use his own like account? I don't understand.
Promote Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, I could see that. Like, wasn't he still kind of trying to get his musical career up and going at that time?
Mm-hmm.
And he did all of this music, but they never like we're gonna play like I'm gonna do a cover of a Jeff Satur song or anything like that. Like they never actually like really dropped his name a lot, so I could see him like I want my name out there
Yeah. I was just like,
attached to the music
at
beyond
first I was
just being
like,
an actor.
is he playing himself? And then they said his name, and I was like, oh, he's not playing himself. But he is playing himself, but he's not.
This is a hot take, but I didn't really like his character.
Who, Jeff
Okay,
character?
I,
same.
I feel like he was very impulsive. Like in a way, like he would lash out on top. And like that one scene whenever they were filming,
Mm-hmm.
and you could tell he was a bit more shy. And he
Yeah.
would be like, again, you're not doing it right. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that scene made me mad. But I think I'm the opposite because I was like I didn't mind Jeff's character because I was like, oh, we never get to see him be like this cute, flirty, like
Oh.
character. And then when he was like making him lunch or making him dinner, and like I was like, oh, Jeff.
See, for me, when I looked at it, I don't know, like I didn't mind. I think about how to word this. It felt slightly like a one-sided relationship where Tops was putting in more effort and being more patient and kind of waiting for Jeff's character to come around. And I don't know quite how to word it.
I
But
feel
then
like
at the same time, like, um, I'm trying to like detach the character from Jeff because I was like, I don't want to see him as like the bad guy, but I definitely felt like Tops put up with a lot that if Tops was my friend, I would be saying no.
Yeah.
I would be advising them against this relationship.
And I want to say it's probably because they're young.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
I feel like we didn't get I felt like the whole show was kind of one-sided because we didn't get a lot of Top's backstory. We got like nothing. He was just a chef.
true.
Like we didn't get to see. We found out like his mom was dead, and he had a brother and a dad. That's it.
Yeah, his dad remarried and had a baby.
Yeah, with Jeff, we got to see like his dreams and him working towards his dreams, and like we knew that Tops was going to school.
Hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah, like
I mean, it was interesting. And I think some of that is
I
because they're these short little episodes. We don't get a lot of character development. We don't get a lot of backstory. It's just this like snapshot, and we don't even know really how much time has passed between those snapshots. So, like,
yeah.
as the relationship developed, I wasn't quite sure how to like follow it along because I wasn't sure what was happening in between and how much time was happening in between. Are these like back to back days, back to back weeks? Like when there's these time jumps, it's hard for me to understand the progression of feelings sometimes.
It took me um it took me a while. I was like, I can't figure out if they're supposed to be together or not. Like in the beginning, I was like, are they supposed to already be together? Because they're acting kind of like they are, but I don't think they are. And then even near the end, like they as soon as they kissed, all of a sudden they were together. Like they never talked about it. They just like kissed, and then all of a sudden they were all over each other, like cuddling. But I'm just like, and then like it was near the end since they didn't kiss till the end. I was like convincing myself that they weren't going to kiss at all because of COVID regulations. And I was like, are we not gonna get a kiss? Like, are they never gonna end up together?
I was thinking the same.
Yeah, I was trying to understand the relationship, and I think that it was supposed to be that they both secretly liked each other.
And we're
And so
too
we
like
were
afraid.
supposed to feel that tension,
Mm-hmm.
but understand that they weren't openly together yet until the end. I
I
don't know.
didn't
I
I
feel like we're
didn't
just
like
criticizing it at this point, but
I
it's
didn't like Wynn's
format made it.
friend.
You didn't
Oh,
like the friend?
I didn't like the friend because it's like you can obviously tell that they like each other, and then you keep like, oh, and then when he like accidentally kissed Top, and he was like so happy for himself, and you could tell like Tops didn't like it and didn't want it, and he's like staring at Jeff. I keep calling him Jeff because in my head that's Jeff, but he keeps staring at Win, and like, well, he's singing, and he's obviously like, I love this guy that's singing right now, and he's just like, hey, 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 can I get your Insta? Hey. And it's just like, dude, read the room.
Well, and even after that, when he went to their house at one point, he was like looking at them and like clearly like I don't like he was jealous, and I'm like, but they were this was first. You, sir, are the third wheel.
Yeah, he's
Like,
ignoring you this whole time, and you're just like, can I get a towel too? Can you wet it for me too? He's
He
like,
just
no. He's just like, just take this dry towel.
yeah, here you go, going back to my, crush over here. Like he just could not take a hint. Yeah, I did like that. I feel like we got to see a visually different side of Jeff. And then he was wearing all of the color because I know that like Jeff actually likes color. Like his favorite color is yellow, right? But like
I don't
every
know.
character, you don't know?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll
I don't
fact.
either. Casual fan. Anyway, um, since like playing Kim on Ken Porsche, he was all like kind of black and goth, and I think people like that look. I feel like he falls into that a lot. He does the like stoic, gothy, black, and his style was just very different. And I feel probably closer to like what he does on a normal day in this
Mhm.
show. His hairstyling, obviously, he's a little bit younger. His face like looked different.
You look so baby.
He looks so baby. His face did look. I was noticing that like his face looks so different. It looks so much like rounder.
Mhm.
Mm.
And then there was something else. Oh, it made me laugh when like he was afraid of the cat because I was like, Jeff loves cats. What are you talking about?
I kind of wondered. I was like, is this one of his? Was he like, I'm gonna bring in my own pet for this? But I don't know when he got all of his cats.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, and I'm like, I don't know if he has a hairless cat.
I don't know. I don't know that much.
You're like, he has this many cats. They're this.
And then by
He
the end, he
he
falls in love.
did announce that in an interview that everyone saw. That's not creepy information that only I know.
Amanda's like, for your information, this is public information.
Because of the cat purse, he said.
He does have a lot of cats. Doesn't he have like almost 20 cats or something like that? Or am I wrong? I felt like
I
he
think
had it
he
in the
said
teens.
17 in that
Yeah,
interview.
that's a lot of cats.
It is a lot.
They
I want to know the backstory. Like, is he rescuing cats? Is he getting them to like when big things happen? Like, what is the story behind having that many cats?
Yeah, or is it like, if you like frogs and people just keep giving you like frog statues? Did he just like have two cats and then people were like, here's another cat?
You like cats? Here's a live one as a gift.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, thank you. What do you think
Grab
would
that.
happen if you go to a concert and you bring in a cat?
thank you.
He's like, I don't have this one yet.
Like Pokemon, you've got to collect them all.
Yes.
There was a jean jacket in episode 14 that like I want. No, I need it. It was like the MTV one. And I was like, oh, I want that.
We're gonna have to insert a picture of it.
I was like, can I make that?
That's
I mean, it kind of ended like had an open ending, and I wonder if they had intentions with that. Like, were they going to do a follow up?
It ended. He won that thing. He was heading out. In my mind, he did really good and then got Ken Porsche, and he's Jeff Satur now.
it worked out.
But like between him and Tops, like Tops was in the car with him going to like drop him off at the airport. And they kind of said like, I'll come visit you and I'll cook for you while I'm there. But
And it
like,
kind of sounded like, I swear he said at one point like he was gonna wait for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like everybody says that in those situations. But it
If
felt the way it ended to me. I was like, were they planning to do follow-up episodes, or did they want to kind of have that open ending where it's like a mostly positive, but interpret on your own, fill in the ending, choose your own adventure, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad. It was very quick. There were some episodes that I was like, nothing happened.
Yeah.
What was your favorite episode?
Maybe the cat episode, it was just so cute. He's like, no, it can't be his. Do you think he'll sell it to me?
Okay, that was a cute episode.
I was like, Jeff, you don't need another cat.
Was it the next episode where they start searching up more cats?
Yeah, and he goes into the bed. Or later, was it the next episode or later that episode? Because it feels like a lot of the episodes didn't reference past episodes.
No.
Yeah. They were kind of like standalone
Yeah.
little episodes. I liked the one where the first time he climbed into his bed. I feel like it was like a shift in their relationship. I mean, not like a sexual shift, but just like in their comfort level and their like.
Maybe it was the next episode they were looking at cats. Because the first time he climbed into his bed was when they were looking at the cats. And that was the episode that girl was over crying. Right?
Yeah.
Or the episode after that or something. Because he was like, oh, do you still want to sleep in the bed with me? And he was just like, oh, but she's not here.
I see what you mean.
I like how he was like,
That's my
no,
favorite
no.
trope is the like accidental life partners.
Yeah.
I love it where they're just like, we're just roommates, but we've actually like they're so in love and they don't even know it. And I love it.
I love how he was like trying to convince her to stay after he was like, oh, can I sleep in your bed? And he was like, yeah. And he's like, no, but I think you really need to stay. Like, I think it's dangerous. I think you should just stay the night. It's too late.
I liked them. And like I'm not a huge shipper or even like maintaining ships between series, but I liked both of them. Um I don't know what else. Was it gameplay? Is that his name?
Were they in something else together?
Yes.
He, she, is it that one? He, she, it, or something like that?
Yeah.
So I'll have to watch that because like I'm not familiar with him at all as an actor. This was my first introduction to him. I really liked him. And I liked them together. And
does he still act? Because isn't that why he couldn't be in like he was originally supposed to be in Ken Porsche before it got like canceled and redone, and then he couldn't do it anymore.
I'm not sure.
So he's in like the original Ken Porsche trailer.
Another thing that I liked about it, which might be oversharing, but I liked that there wasn't like a clear stereotypical top and bottom.
What do you mean? Tops was a chef. No, I'm kidding.
But it's just like
yeah.
sometimes I feel like the shows will try to make someone a masculine character and try to make somebody else a
Very
feminine character. And they cannot stray from that. And I felt like both of them were like kind of in the middle and had moments where they were more or less of each. And I just, to me, that's refreshing as opposed to just like, we have to still follow these like heteronormative roles, even if you have the same gender.
Yeah. I liked that too. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It's very dated. And like you said, like going further into the future, like 10 years from now, I think it will, like some people will be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I remember that day. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was like, the times, the days, the good old days. Not the good old days. What am I saying? The bad old days.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it has limitations because of just the nature of it, the short
Yeah.
episodes and things like that. But, again, like within that framework and what they had to work within, there were some interesting things. Like if you are sick and you're stuck in bed, like power watch it, binge watch it.
Yeah, it's only like 2 hours for the whole thing, right? 2-ish
Yeah.
hours. I couldn't watch it all at once though. I did have to like watch a chunk and then watch a chunk because I was like, oh my god, nothing's happening.
I didn't rewatch it. And I wonder if rewatching it, I would catch things that I missed the first time about their relationship progression and stuff like that, and some of the hints of them liking each other and not admitting it. But I don't know how much rewatch
Potential it has.
potential it has. Yeah. Like I might catch some of those things, but it might also just be hard to rewatch.
Yeah. Overall, I liked it. I'll give it 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's about probably six
Yeah,
and a half, 7.
that's around the range I was thinking too. It's not bad,
It's
but
not bad.
there are a lot of other
If it,
amazing.
yeah, if it had a little more like substance to the characters.
Yeah, there's room for improvement. There's
Yeah. But if you're a Jeff fan, worth watching to see. And also like,
You see Baby Jeff.
yeah, to see baby Jeff, but also to see how his acting has changed and stuff like that. Like,
This was filmed so what, like 5 years ago?
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I keep saying Baby Jeff, but he was still like 25, 26 years old.
yeah,
But like the difference in his
He
face.
looks like 19.
Yeah.
yeah. But also, I mean, baby Jeff, because it was like the start of his career, it seems
Yeah.
like
Oh, Baby Jeff.
he's changed a lot since then in a lot of ways.
Now I'm just picturing a picture like of Jeff's face and like a baby on top of a baby.
Someone's gonna have to make that and edit it in.
With the baby shark, him singing Baby Shark.
Um, yeah. I don't have much to say about this series besides it was a quick watch. Nothing.
Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it too. So,
Yeah.
so should I wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you haven't watched Ingredients yet, it is on YouTube, at least in the US for free. So if you like Jeff, give it take 2 hours out of your life and watch it. You shouldn't regret it. And then thanks for joining us again on Rock Tide.
Right. Okay, bye.